Rolling, let me get the thumbs up from the back to make sure that we're clear. We should have one person online from the board and then one person presenting as well, right? Oh, good, good.
Yes.
All righty. So welcome, board members, staff, appellates, and citizens to the December 9th Mishawaka Board of Zoning Appeals. Introduction of staff. To my right, we have Donna Witt, our administrative planner. Next to Donna is Shad Annis, our associate planner. To my left, we have Krista Hill, our senior planner. Next to Krista is our city planner, Derek Spear. In the front row, we have Ken Prince, our executive director. Next to Ken is David Bent, our legal counsel. Donna, would you please call for the vote, or roll?
Mike Compton.
Here.
Adam Gersbauer.
Here.
Joel Dindu.
Here.
Denise Graves.
Here.
Chris Torty.
Here. Great. The rules of procedure are up on the board and to my right and to the left. So we'll start with the presentation by the appellate. For each item, we'll ask those participating in the room to speak first, followed by those participating online. We do have a couple online. And then those who wish to speak in favor of the appeal will have a chance to speak. And then those who wish to speak against the appeal can come up. If you have a general question, you're not sure whether you're speaking for or against, I suggest you come up during the against, and then we'll accumulate all of the questions, get those answered by the appellate. We'll have a board discussion and a board vote. I do ask that all of the talking is done at the podium, and if you would give your name and address at the very beginning so Donna can take that in the records, that would be greatly appreciated. All right, so the minutes from November were distributed. Were there any corrections or additions to those minutes? No? All those in favor of approving those minutes, say aye.
Aye.
That's everybody, so those minutes have passed. We have an extra line item here, adoption of the rules for 2026, the rules of procedure, meeting schedule, and fee schedule. We have some clarification by our executive director that's going to come up and chat about it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ken Prince, Director of Planning and Community Development. I merely wanted to note that as part of your packet, you received the proposed fees for next year. And we did not provide context for that, but we've been asked through the mayor's office, every department in the city, because of the changes that were made by the state legislature last year through SCA 1, the city is projected in the next few years to have our property tax revenue reduced by $15 million. And for perspective, that would require, it's more than a 20% cut in the city's budget. And in perspective, if you cut every single department from the city, excluding police and fire, you would still have to cut police and fire by 8.5% after eliminating all other departments. That's how serious of a cut it is. So part of the strategy for help mitigating those losses is to reevaluate our fees. And so we have specifically looked at both South Bend and Elkhart and have proposed revised fees that are in line with our neighboring communities' fees, but are slightly higher. And we have not updated our fees for the better part of a decade. So it's an order, but to give you an idea, our developmental and sign variances are going from $100 to $250 in the residential districts, in the commercial districts to $400. Use variances from $250 to $400, and again for residential and for the commercial and multifamily from $400 to $600, and a conditional use permit going from $500 to $600. In perspective, our advertising fees, when Donna researched it, just to advertise to pay the Tribune and Mishawaka Enterprise cost roughly between $80 and $100 per application. So that's not revenue coming from the city. That's what it costs to process an application. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have on fees.
Thank you for that overview. Any questions on the fees?
No.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so I will call for an approval of the adoption of the 2026 rules of procedure, meeting schedule, and fee schedule. All those in favor of approving those three, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
And those have passed. Is there any conflict of interest on any of the appeals tonight? Nope. Okay, we'll jump right into the first one. An appeal submitted by Thomas Slanker and Kim Becker requesting a developmental variance for 1701 Village Circle, Mishawaka, Indiana, to allow for a reduced rear yard setback for a deck. Is there somebody here to present this appeal? Hi, come on up.
Thomas Slanker, 1701 Village Circle. Basically, we're proposing by a series of events before we own the house. Ours and our neighbors' houses have two parcels in their backyards. Basically, the yard that used to run across the back was purchased and split up and added to the houses. So we have an invisible property line in our backyard, which would only allow us to build about a 5-foot deck off the back of our yard to maintain the 25-foot setback. So we're asking for a variance to 9-foot setback to an imaginary line for our adjacent property.
Have you started this project yet?
No.
Okay, is this going to be done by a contractor?
Contractor and myself.
Okay, got it. Any other questions? Yep, question.
So to clarify, you do own this parcel behind that yet?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
So they're not here to complain, right? Kidding. Thank you.
All right.
Is there anybody else wishing to speak in favor of 25-39? Hearing none, is there anybody wishing to speak in opposition to 25-39? Is there any additional information, Mr. City Planner?
No additional information.
Then I will close the public hearing, and if there's no further questions or comments, I'll take a motion.
I move that we approve Appeal 25-39.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Donna, would you please call for the vote?
Mike Compton,
Yes?
Adam Gersbauer,
Yes.
Joel Dindu,
Yes.
Denise Graves,
Yes.
Chris Torty.
Yes, and Appeal 25-39 passes. Thank you for the presentation. Moving right along, Appeal 25-40, an appeal submitted by Janet and Walter Jr. Barkus requesting a developmental variance for 606 Misty Harbor Court, Mishawaka, Indiana, to a reduced rear yard setback for a privacy fence. Is there somebody in the council chamber or online to present this? Hi, come on up.
Good evening. My name is Brian Barkus. I'm here on behalf of my parents. So my mom has some fence damage, and the fence was old, so we decided to get the whole thing replaced. And when Spencer's Fencers came out and went to get a permit, they learned that nothing had ever been filed originally. So we're here to ask for an 8-foot variance to basically put the fence where it's been for 20-some years. The sides are already done. We're just waiting to put the back end on.
Questions for Mr. Barkus? Sounds good, thank you.
Yep.
Is there anybody else wishing to speak in favor of Appeal 25-40? Is there anybody in the room wishing to speak in opposition to Appeal 25-40? Is there any additional information on this one?
We have a letter of support. It is an email that was submitted to our office on Monday, December 1st. It states, to the Planning Department, we have no objections to the Barkus Appeal number 25-40, signed John and Linda Clements at 629 Misty Harbor Court.
Great, I always love it when people send letters of support in. And I think I went to high school with you, right? Yeah. I haven't seen you since. Good to see you. All right, so with that, I'll close the public hearing. And if there's no further discussion, I'll take a vote, or a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve 25-40.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Donna, would you please call for the vote?
Mike Compton,
Yes.
Adam Gersbauer,
Yes.
Joel Dindu,
Yes.
Denise Graves,
Yes.
Chris Torty.
Yes, and Appeal 25-40 passes. Thank you for the presentation. Is there any old business, Mr. City Planner?
None,
Is there any new business?
none.
Is there any privilege of the floor? Does anybody wish to speak on any item that was not covered in the public hearing this evening? No? Then I will ask for an adjournment.
So moved.
We're adjourned. Thank you.
Ken?